Happy 4th of July, everybody. Welcome into the very unique Sunday edition of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. How are you? On BettingPros.com. We are here every single morning, even on the 4th of July here, being brought to you by BetMGM with that $20 offer to win $100 when you guys bet on any event that you want to use that promo code JUICE100 to get a free new account and that free roll, $20 on any event. You win $100 whether you win or lose. It's always right above me here on YouTube, which we come to you from the balcony here in Temecula, California. So I had to move the podcast, the computer over a little bit so you don't get the same great views just because the sun was going down. You couldn't really see me last time. So moved over a little bit over my left shoulder. You guys can see the vineyard that we are at. And as we continue to be here, we'll head to San Diego tomorrow. So we'll be coming to you from downtown San Diego, and we'll be heading over to some cool things in San Diego for the 4th of July holiday and watching the fireworks in downtown San Diego. So looking forward to doing all of that. Okay, so a couple things. So first, I've hit my last two soccer picks. Now, I don't bet these because, well, I should know better, right? It's soccer. But I did get it right with Denmark to win. And I got Spain right. Now, I'm not going to pound my chest here and be like, ooh, I got a minus 333 and a minus 175 to cash. So, hey, at this point, getting any pick right, I'm excited about that. So, we can't bet soccer today because there's not anything for the semifinals for the Euros, and Copa America is off as well today on the 4th of July. There's just not much going on today because it's the 4th of July holiday. But it's been interesting to watch, as I haven't bet baseball, where on Friday, favorites went 14-0, and then it was kind of like backwards day with a bunch of crazy things that happened with the Tigers scoring 11 runs against the White Sox. More on that game here in a little bit. And it's just one of those situations where you knew it was going to be wonky because of how much the books got destroyed. Now, whenever the favorites win, it's really bad for the books, and that's just kind of how things go. So at the time of taping here, I don't know how our props did yesterday. They're looking okay, not great, but only I think I saw 4 points so far for John Collins, so he needs to get going in the second half, and then Clint Capella just needs to have one assist, and then we hopefully will cash that one. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't think the cold stretch is over by any means, but we're going to stay small here today on the 4th of July, but really, there's not much to bet on. I'm not someone that bets on, like, how many hot dogs Joey Chestnut can eat. I just don't really believe in betting those types of things, and there's no real way of handicapping them. So, like, if you want to bet those things, I don't knock you for betting it. I just don't really know how you find any real value. Chestnut's something like minus 5,000 or something with the hot dog eating contest, but there's no UFC. There's no NHL. There is nothing really to jump onto because, well, everyone wants to get away from this holiday. No one likes playing on this holiday except Major League Baseball. So it's kind of all we have to pick and bet here today. And you guys know me with baseball. It's not been a good sport for me by any means. So I'm a little bit, kind of bummed out that we don't have better things to get into and better things to bet on. But, this is July, and we didn't talk about this yesterday, but the golf bet, I'm not going to come back here and bet more. We got a push on the golf bet. Now, that's how crazy and weird I am, because I had a 4-golfer grouping with Bryson DeChambeau to win it. Well, Bryson didn't make the cut, but neither did the other 3 golfers. Matsuyama withdrew, Webb Simpson did not make the cut, and Patrick Reed also did not make the cut at the Rocket Mortgage. So kind of a weird deal, but that's kind of like how I'm going, is even when it's a push, we got the money back, which is good, but it's better than a loss, but it's still wild to go like, oh my gosh. I mean, Bryson was everyone's pick to win that thing. He was the defending champs, but when you fire your caddy right before the event, that is a big red flag. And I don't know really what's going on with Bryson. I think we need to watch him as the rest of the PGA season goes on, as to, did this stuff with Brooks Koepka, did some of the extra attention, how is he going to handle some of the pressure? It's just not good when you fire your caddy right before a tournament where you're supposed to be really one of the big names, and your sponsors are expecting you to perform well, and you don't make the cut. So that was a big red flag when he did that. I was like, uh-oh. And then the other 3 golfers also performed poorly, so the whole group misses the weekend. So I'm just going to avoid golf here and not really get involved with the Rocket Mortgage either. But, it's just kind of like, I'll be watching Bryson. I'm very curious to see what happens with Bryson DeChambeau as the rest of this season goes for him. It could be kind of a red flag warning for Bryson DeChambeau. It's, speaking of baseball, and I just have two plays, two half a unit money line plays. I'm not going to get exotic here. I'm not going to go first five, and I'm not going to go, first inning, yes to a run. I'm just going to try to come back here and be consistent with just seeing teams to win and hoping that it plays out. So I've got two plays, and neither one of the Red Sox. And I should be betting on my baseball team every day. The Red Sox just keep on winning and winning and winning. And that over 79 wins is going to cash like in August. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the Red Sox are going to get Chris Sale back. The Yankees are a complete and total mess. They lost game one to the Mets, and I don't know what to make of the New York Yankees right now. I mean, I think heads are going to roll, and maybe that turns their season around, but things are just not going well in New York at all. But I have a play in a different American League East game that I want to get into, and we'll just get into the White Sox here against the Tigers, and Giolito's going for the White Sox. I'm not going to get too exotic here, and I just think after losing yesterday, they bounce back. I got minus 176 on the money line for the White Sox with their lineup. They're not going to lose, I don't think, back-to-back games. They have the better pitching matchup. I thought about going, first five in this game, but the pitcher the Tigers have going is just not good. I'm going with the better pitcher. Giolito's been very good for the last five starts. He's been giving up basically 2 or 3 runs every time out, and I think if he does that again, the White Sox should very well win this game. I mean, they were a big favorite to win yesterday, and they lost, so I'm just going to come back here and take the White Sox to beat the Tigers on July the 4th. That lineup hopefully scores a bunch of runs. I don't hate an overplay in this game either, but I'll just take money line win here. No run line, just money line. And we need to go 2-0 here because otherwise we're going to be down juice. So both these plays are juiced up pretty significantly. So it's a minus 167 money line play here. Again, I've made this analogy a bunch in my, over the year, I should say, for us here for the Daily Juice, is that I just want to see the ball go through the basket. And once I start hitting, you just get back into rhythm and you get back to trusting yourself a little bit and you get back to seeing the board better, then you can kind of feel like, okay, let's see where we're at and maybe we can get going with more exotics. But, it's just kind of how I'm approaching things, being small, being, light and not going heavy. So first play is the White Sox money line at minus 167. And the second play is the Toronto Blue Jays up against the Rays as they go for a 3-game sweep here, and they've got Ray going. They've got the better pitching matchup going. Yarbrough's been hit pretty hard in 2 of his last 3 starts for the Tampa Bay Rays, and something's up with Tampa. I'm not really sure what's going on with Tampa right now, but the Blue Jays are surging and the Rays are floundering, and I think the Blue Jays will wrap up the series and get the sweep here today with the better starting pitcher and the better lineup against Tampa. And they were showing some signs of cracks. That's why they brought up Wander Franco, because there were some worries about they weren't scoring many runs and their pitching staff was banged up because of injuries and things weren't going the way that they wanted to, and the Blue Jays have just kind of had their way here. On Friday night you had a position player have to go in and pitch, which is not really what you want to see, to be quite honest, if you are a Rays fan. And the Red Sox are playing so well, they're starting to get some real distance between themselves and Tampa, but I think the Blue Jays are just the better team right now, the better lineup right now, and they get the better pitching matchup as well. So it's juicy. I know it's minus 148, but I'm going with the money line here for the Toronto Blue Jays, who play not in Toronto right now, clearly because of the COVID-19 protocols in Canada. But we're going with the win, just the money line here for the Blue Jays at minus 148. Okay, so just 2 plays here for you on the 4th of July. White Sox money line minus 167. Blue Jays money line at minus 148. It is the 4th of July, so look, stay safe. Remember what we are all hoping to have over the next year. That's a healthy and safe year as we start year 2. I'll have a special edition of the Daily Juice coming up here for July the 7th, which will be taping on July the 6th, but it'll drop on July the 7th. That'll be our 1-year fully anniversary edition, and I'll give you kind of like the full rundown, the sports I was the best in, the sports that I was the worst in. I'll talk about some of my favorite bets that we made over the course of the entire year, some of my least favorite bets and bad beats and things that were just brutal for us over the 1 year, and we get to start clean. And I'll come off vacation and I will recalibrate for myself. I'm going to recalibrate what my 1 unit size will be. I don't share that information, but that's really kind of how I'm going to recalibrate. And we most likely will go back to betting 1 units, and we'll start to kind of figure out where we are, for the whole year. And, these half unit plays, we'll figure out where I'm going to go, what the value is a half unit value versus a full unit. But we'll start to get into full units, as most ballparks around Major League Baseball are nearly close to capacity. We've got, obviously, NFL football and college football starting with full capacity, and UFC event that's going to happen coming up Saturday for UFC 264 will be at full capacity at T-Mobile Arena and whatnot. So we'll start coming back out here with full unit plays and not be, in the COVID-19 lockdown like we were over the last year, basically. But really since football season. In football, I was always betting half a unit. So it's really been the last 6 months that we've been sort of tight and low on our half unit bets just because of what's been happening. So we'll go back to full unit plays coming up here probably on July the 8th and going forward here for year 2 with a blank slate for the full year of the Daily Juice podcast to go into the books. Okay, so Blue Jays money line, White Sox money line on July the 4th. Happy July the 4th. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. We want to have you around for a long time here listening to the Daily Juice podcast, but happy 4th of July. Enjoyed it with your family. I'll have more coming from San Diego tomorrow as we tape the podcast for Sunday. My name is Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. It is the Daily Juice podcast every single morning right here on BettingPros.com. Brought to you by BetMGM.